Welcome back, gamers, to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers, and if you happen to be new to the channel, we put out daily content on everything video game related, so hit that subscribe button, that way you never miss out on another video. Plus, comment down below who your favorite Street Fighter character is. Now let's jump into today's solo story of the scariest Street Fighter creepypastas titled Mask and Claw. The following creepypasta is based on a story written by an unknown author on the Some Ordinary Gamers fandom page. Our protagonist begins by saying that fighting games are without a doubt their favorite genre. By far though, his favorite was the Street Fighter series, for which he had almost played all of them, with the exception of some of the original releases. While on spring break with his family, he had grown tiresome of another family staying in the hotel that was wreaking havoc on the guests. The mother and father barely had any control over their 4 children as they ran amok in the hotel lobby and hallways. Finally, he couldn't take it anymore and decided to confront the father. While he was scolding the man for not keeping his kids in line, he noticed that his youngest daughter was holding a copy of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo for the SNES. It gave him a moment to prove the parents had lost control. He argued that clearly they weren't paying attention to their kids if they would allow them to play such violent video games. The man suddenly cut him off and said with a grin on his face, "You know what? You're right. I should raise my children better, starting with this. Here, take it for free." He took the game from his daughter's hands and handed it to the protagonist. The gamer then took the game and went back to his hotel room. He didn't even own an SNES, so figured he would just sell it online or something. However, something got the better of him. Perhaps it was his curiosity of the older Street Fighter game that he had never played before. So once back from vacation, he hit up his friend that had a working SNES. Every Tuesday in their homeroom, himself and his classmates would play video games. He knew that if there was something cursed or off about the game, it'd be much safer to test it with friends and the homeroom advisor, aka the school's priest. The room was located in the basement of the church and had a variety of video game consoles. They hooked up the SNES, inserted the cartridge, and watched as the opening scenes of the game played out. His friend Matt was a self-proclaimed Street Fighter and Creepypasta enthusiast, so he knew that if something looked strange, he would know. Everything in the game appeared normal according to Matt. The characters didn't look scared, there was no blood coming from anyone's eyes, and there were no satanic symbols in sight. They played through the first round with nothing out of the ordinary happening. This put them at ease for a moment, so they continued to play. After a protagonist defeated another classmate from his group, a cutscene began to play. Typically, the winning character will say one of their victory quotes to the losing character. What happened next made him realize that his suspicions about the game were correct. His character, instead of his normal quote, said, "You are a vain fool who serves no purpose in this world." Then the losing character, Vega, did something that no character has ever done in the game before. He responded to the winner, Akuma. He said, "My mask, it is burned onto my beautiful face. It won't come off. It can't come off. I'll kill you for marring my beauty." The screen suddenly cut to black and then went back to the character select screen. The game, however, was stuck on one player mode. He tried to exit, but to no avail. He attempted to select a character, but even that wouldn't work. That is until he got to Vega. His body was slightly burned, even his hair was singed and his pants were covered in holes. The character's eyes appeared to be staring right at the group of boys playing the game. The protagonist took the only option that he had and selected Vega. He defeated the first enemy, Dawson, with ease, but as his winning quote came up, his friend Matt said, "Wait, something's wrong. That's not his normal quote." The quote read, "You are just like those other fireball shooters. Scum." The screen then cut to black and then 3 slash marks from Vega's claws slashed across the screen. A loud scream blared from the speakers and then showed Dawson dying. When they got back to the opponent's screen, Matt pointed out another issue. Dawson was now missing as a possible selection. Just as they were about to continue, one of his classmates asked if he could give it a shot. Except when he grabbed the controller, it shocked him so much that he passed out. They all stepped back in shock as the priest tended to the child. The protagonist noticed that the controller had a piece of exposed wire that must have shocked him. He wondered why it hadn't shocked him though, because he had the controller in his hands for the last 10 minutes. He continued playing as Vega, defeating every opponent in his path. After defeating each opponent, Vega's quotes would be similar to his original quote, kind of along the lines of calling people ugly and vile. Each time the same thing would happen though. The slash marks would come across the screen and the opponent would be missing. As they got down to the final 4, there was only Balrog, then Vega, followed by Sagat, and ending with M. Bison. Vega's winning quotes became increasingly darker each time. For example, when he defeated Balrog, his quote was, "You pathetic trash, how dare you steal my original name? I shall cut you to pieces." After Sagat, it was, "Oh, how the mighty have fallen. I can't believe the great Sagat had to turn to Shadaloo for revenge." Before they began the final stage, two very important things happened. His friend regained consciousness and said that all he saw was a bright light and then a single piece of Japanese kanji. The second thing was that he had done everything he needed to do to fight Akuma in the final round. He defeated him after some time, and while Akuma was laying face down, he rammed his claws into Akuma's back and dragged them downwards. Vega then removed his mask, and behind the mask was the face of a demonic grinning man. He looked all too familiar though, and as the camera panned closer, he realized that the face was the man from the hotel that gave him the cartridge. His winning quote was, "You made fun of my family. My wife left me after she thought I was a bad parent, and now they're all gone. You took away my family, so I took away those that you loved." The screen then cut to black, and now terrified that someone else would have to go through this creepy nightmarish game, they brought the cartridge to the priest. He performed an exorcism on the cartridge using holy water and even speaking in Latin at times. Even if that somehow released the curse from the game, he could never look at the character Vega in the same way. Every time he played Street Fighter and Vega would remove his mask, a chill would rush down his spine as the mysterious man's words still rang through his head. And that has been our solo story of the scariest Street Fighter creepypastas titled Mask and Claw. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, show us some love by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, comment down below with your thoughts on this story. And for more videos like this one, all you have to do is click that playlist on your screen. From Top 10 Gaming, I'm Johnny Rogers. Until next time, take care.